Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Amy. I'm an Administrative Services Manager here at Baggett. I wanted to chat today about the art of kindness. This last week I have been at the D23 Expo, and for those who don't know what it is, it's Comic-Con, but for Disney it's a huge crazy convention, this giant expo with thousands of people everywhere and just all sorts of stuff happening. And for the most part, everybody's kind of happy and excited, and they're thrilled to be there. And then of course, I had to spend a couple days in Disneyland because that's just how it works. But I saw some interesting interactions happening, and all sorts of things that I was like, ooh, that'd make a good Wellness Wednesday. That would make a good Wellness Wednesday. But one that really stuck out to me, I'd been thinking about it a little bit in the back of my head, but it was kind of brought home as I was heading home yesterday. As I was about to go onto, I'm getting the weirdest little message right now, so I'm just not sure what that means, but hopefully everything's coming through okay. Anyway, so I was about to board the plane, and there was a woman who was very unhappy with the fact that she was going to have to check her carry-on because the plane we were going on to was too small. The little bins up the top don't really carry. They're not able to handle the carry-ons with the wheels in them. They're just too small. And she was very unhappy about that. And she was saying some very demeaning and really derogatory things to the staff that was on the plane. And I just thought, why are you doing that? Because one, I understand you've obviously had a bad experience in something with your luggage. However, by yelling at the staff, they weren't the ones. That's what she kept saying. That's why it's popping into my head is you people. She kept saying you people. I don't trust you people. And I thought, this particular staff probably did not lose your luggage, did not damage your luggage, whatever. So you're lumping them in terribly and just yelling at them and telling them how she'll never fly with them again, which I thought they're probably glad. But I also thought if I sat down fast enough in my seat, I could probably look out the window and watch them chuck her luggage off the side and see it land on the ground before it was loaded. I don't think they actually did that, but it wouldn't totally surprise me. Now, during the expo, I had an experience, and it was only one, that we got really, really lost. We were in one line, and then we were sent another direction, and one cast member said go one way, and then another cast member said no, you needed to go this way. So we got a little lost. We ended up in a line with people who had what are called reservations for a panel. We did not. We were supposed to be in a standby queue. And so as we got to the machine where we were supposed to scan, I told the cast member, I think we're in the wrong spot. He said, no, you're not. Just scan your pass for your reservation. I said, well, that's the problem. We don't have one. We came in, we got stopped, we got sent one way and then sent back. And then another person sent us here. And I said, so now we're just totally lost. I said, just tell me where to go for standby. I will go happily hop in that line. He said, just follow me. And he put us in a line. And we later realized he'd actually moved us into the queue with people who had reservations. Now, I don't feel bad because everybody got into that panel. There wasn't anyone that got turned away. We may have gotten a slightly better spot because we handled it nicely and just said, hey, we're lost, help us out, tell us where to go, and we'll go. And so I thought kindness goes a long way, but it's more than just being nice to people. It actually does affect us physically. It affects our wellness. It's good for our body. This is all from the Mayo Clinic, The Art of Kindness. It's good for our body. It increases our self-esteem. It improves our mood when we're kind. It also decreases our blood pressure. It's amazing how high your blood pressure can get when you're angry and reacting in that anger. It also decreases cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And that can affect our weight. So some other things that just kind of go around. But it can also directly impact our loneliness and enhance our relationships when we are kind to other people. It's good for our mind. It releases serotonin and dopamine, and those are the neurotransmitters that make you feel satisfaction and well-being. So it makes our mind, just our whole mood, feel so much better. And it can keep you out of fights with people, which is always a good thing. That's not on the Mayo Clinic, I'm just saying that. And as an addition, it might protect your luggage. So this week, as you're headed out, try to purposely work on those acts of kindness and see how you feel when you purposely do an act of kindness. When you maybe you feel like you want to react in a negative way and you turn it around and you say something like, I've had a really bad experience with my luggage before and this is making me uncomfortable. How can we handle this situation differently instead of just yelling at somebody, and see if, one, you get a better reaction, but also, two, if it makes you feel a little better than going into it angry in the moment. And then also maybe, practice some random acts of kindness for yourself this week. All right? Have a fabulous week, and we will see you next week.